I want to bring forward a young lady who I'm blessed to serve as her pastor, blessed to be in relationship with her. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and siblings and kin, allow me to lift up and celebrate this young lady, Taleah Day. Good morning, Taleah.
Good morning, Pastor.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Now, family, for those of you who are watching and you've been watching for a minute, you've seen Taleah's name in the comment section because she comes on and she, just says good morning and connects with the family in the morning. And so I'm tripping out. Taleah, how old are you, Taleah?
16.
16. So, look, I be tripping out, right? Because I'm like, what is a 16-year-old doing up this time of morning on the family devotions, watching her pastor every morning during the week? Just so inspired by that, so touched by that, and so grateful. And so I reached out to her and I said, you know what, Taleah, since you up anyway, since you already up, since you're preparing for school, Taleah got school at about 9 o'clock. I said, why not come on and join us on the family devotions table just for a minute before you go up to school. Now, Taleah, Lord, you said 16 and you made my breath stop in my throat because I didn't, girl, you 16. Good Lord. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking little baby Taleah, 11, 12 years old, 16 now. And I'm just so proud of you. For those who don't know Taleah, she is a powerful dancer. I believe that the Spirit of God rests heavy upon her when she dances. It radiates through her that she's not just going through like mechanical motions. She is being, I believe, wrapped in the presence of God, and the Spirit and the ancestors are lifting her, and she is communicating through dance very, very powerfully. And the family devotion table, I just wanted to bring her forward. And I'm going to be doing this regularly, y'all. I'm going to be inviting the children to come to the family devotions table because that's a part of what my family devotions experience was about. Now, Taleah, why in the world do you be coming on here on family devotions in the morning and checking things out? What motivated you to do that, and why do you stick around and kind of check things out in family devotions videos?
It just motivates me to do more and to get me in the Spirit of God, and it just starts my day and make me have a good day.
Oh, beautiful. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. Now, Taleah, I know this school year is like no other that you've ever experienced, like any of us have ever experienced. How is school going for you right now?
It's actually going good for me. I've actually technically used to it because I've been homeschooled and online school for the past 2 years. So I'm used to it.
So you're used to it. Wow.
Yes.
All right. So look, there's a lot of your peers of similar age who are not used to it. You've been on it for a minute. What tips would you offer other children or other students as they're trying to navigate a virtual learning experience? Do you have any tips to help others get acclimated?
Homework-wise and schoolwork-wise, please go to all of your classes because you're going to miss out on everything. And if your teacher does host coach classes, go to those because if you end up missing a class or you're sick, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be lost. You might have a test that day that you don't know about. So go to all your classes, go to coach class, try to get more help. Even if you had B's or A's, still go to coach class to maybe get an extra little points.
So go to coach classes. If you miss, make sure you jump back. Now I'm gonna curveball this question just a little bit, Taleah, because not only are your peers trying to figure out how to do virtual school and online learning, there's a lot of parents like me who is also trying to get adjusted to how do we stay up in supporting y'all with online learning and virtual school. There's a lot of parents watching right now, and you've been there, done that. You got this. So I'm curious, do you have any pointers for parents? How can we do better and be better in supporting young people in virtual school?
I would say stay on top of the child, maybe have the child's password and username, maybe if they have a counselor, keep in contact with their teachers, maybe email the teachers, message the teachers, see if the child has see what the child can do. Maybe extra work to get the child's grade up, anything.
Beautiful. Thank you for those pointers. We need them, and great advice. I don't know if you see the chat box, Taleah, but you're getting all kinds of love from all over the country right now, from people who are just appreciating you and the gifts that you have. Now, Taleah, one of the things that I told you about that that was a part of the family devotions of my upbringing was quoting scripture. We would often quote scripture at the table, and it was one of the ways that my parents and my family members were trying to get us to take very seriously the words of God, to take very seriously sacred scriptures and principles for living, and get them deep down in our heart. They believe that if we would get those words down in our heart, that no matter what else we did in life or where we went, it would take and it would hold, and we'll be able to access it later on in our life's journey. And I believe that you have a scripture for us. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Y'all, listen to me. Taleah has a scripture for us this morning at the family devotions table, and I'm going to clear the floor. Taleah, take it away. What's your scripture this morning?
My scripture this morning is Philippians 4 verses 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I chose that because some people are going through hard times, and just to get them a reminder that you're not alone, that God is with you, and that everything that you're going through, that you're not alone. Don't think you're alone. You have people by your side, and God is always by your side, and no matter what.
Oh my goodness. Do y'all hear this? Talk about setting the tone for your day. We're going to keep on bringing all the children to the table. Taleah, so inspired. Thank you. And you're right. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Last question before I know you got to go get breakfast and other things. But I'm curious, Taleah, you've heard me talking about ancestors a lot, and our ancestors and how important they are. I'm curious, from your vantage point, is there one ancestor? Is there one person from our heritage and our history, or even perhaps your family, that you hold in high regard, that you think are very special and sacred, that you want to call that ancestor's name this morning? What ancestor really speaks to your heart?
I would say my grandfather, Dennis Rochon. I've never met him. He actually passed away when my mother was 12. So there are times where I can hear his voice, and basically a shadow of him will pop up somewhere, and I just sit there and I picture downstairs just praying, just thinking about him more majority of the time.
So you do have a picture of him at the house?
Yes.
And what's his name again?
Dennis Rochon.
Dennis Rochon.
And because of that, my middle name, they named me Rochon.
After him?
Yes.
Wow. Well, that is so powerful. I know that Dennis Rochon is grateful that you are remembering him in that way today, and that even in your name, this is your grandfather, right?
Yes.
Your grandfather is proud. Even in your name, you have a connection. And as you be seeing sometimes, in fact, I just showed the picture of my grandfather, and you'll see me sometimes light a candle or light, incense or something. I even have a little bowl of water, and I just say my ancestors' names. And as I say their names and pour that water, I just feel like you said, I can sometimes feel their presence and hear their voice. And it does so much to bless my life and my journey. And I was telling my children yesterday, Taleah, that one of these old days, when it's my time to transition to the next dimension of my existence, the next expression of my existence, that I pray that they remember me, call my name. There's a song in church we would sing often that said, do Lord, Lord, remember me. And so I know that Dennis Rochon is so excited about you remembering him. I want you to keep it up. I want you to have an amazing day. And you might have to come back because you're getting all the love in the world, Taleah. People love you and appreciate you.